QNT's massive breakout continues to be on fire, and at the time of this recording we are holding above the 20-day MA here on the 1 hour chart, which is now acting as support, and above a key area of support above the $69.1. This breakout move to the upside has also been catalyzed by a message that we got from the QNT CEO Gilbert Vardian, confirming to us that QNT has now received a legal pass when it comes to staking and other forms of rewards, and that has been mega bullish in a move that has now given us more than a 40% bounce to the upside. And on today's video I will be discussing my short-term price prediction analysis, and above all give you my long-term price prediction analysis. And starting the video here on the daily chart, you can see that back in 2021 we saw the launch of QNT, giving us an aggressive bounce, taking us to all-time highs above the $429.7. And after hitting the all-time highs, we started a bear market where we started to see lower prices in this ABC corrective structure, giving us a bear market low below the $40. And after getting the bear market lows, we continued to obey the Elliot wave structures, where you can see that we first peaked in a 5-wave structure to the upside in a move that gave us a high above the $229, completing the formation of this larger Elliot wave count 1. And after we peaked in that larger Elliot wave count 1, I was expecting a bit of a corrective structure in the formation of a larger Elliot wave count 2, whose minimum target areas I have highlighted here on the charts using this red target area. And the expectation is that once we get a low in place for the second wave, then soon we can expect another impulsive movement to the upside in this Elliot wave count 3, and that is still what I'm expecting at the time of this recording. And to get the minimum target areas for the second wave, I used the Fibonacci's, connecting the fibs from the bear market lows to the high above the $229, giving me a minimum pullback target area between the fib level 0.5 and the fib level 0.78, and that is between the $135 and the $81.2, an area that we have not fully maximized. And at some point we saw a break to the lower side of the fib level 0.78, but we managed to find support on the fib level 0.88, which is the last line of support here on the Fibonacci's, and that lies above the $63.5. And as long as QNT continues to hold above the fib level 0.78, the fib level 0.88, there's a very high chance that we are going to continue seeing higher prices, and maybe at some point start another impulse to the upside in what I will be terming as the start of this impulsive Elliot wave count 3, whose minimum target areas can be given by connecting the trend-based Fibonacci from the low of the first wave to the high of that Elliot wave count 1, then dragging the fibs to the low of the second wave, giving me a minimum target area above the fib level 1.618, and that lies above the $350.9. And based on the current prices that we have at the moment, a bounce to that significant area will give us a 5x to the upside. Then we can expect a bit of a short-term pullback in an Elliot wave count 4 before we can continue gearing up even higher in an Elliot wave count 5, taking us to new all-time highs. And maybe at all-time highs we can be able to cash out more than a 10x to the upside. So that is what I'm expecting to play out on the QNT chart on the long term. Getting back to the 1 hour chart, there are two scenarios that can play out in the next coming hours. And the first one is that since we are holding above key areas of support, we can continue seeing these bullish movements to the upside to the next key areas of resistances above the $90. And a break above the $90, then I will be expecting to see $100 in the next coming days. But you also need to have in mind that we have seen this aggressive bounce to the upside of more than a 40% bounce to the upside with no significant pullbacks. and that means that at some point we are going to see a bit of a meltdown, giving us a bit of a pullback before we can continue gearing up even higher. And if that is the case, then I will be using the Fibonacci's, pulling the fibs from the lows that we made on the 6th of September to the highs that we have at the moment to give me a minimum pullback target area into the golden pocket between the $67.1 and the $64.5 as the minimum retracement area, or maybe an area that we need to continue holding in case we get a pullback. And as long as we continue holding within this area over here, there's still a chance that you're going to see another massive bounce to the upside and break above the $90 in the next coming days. And if by any chance we get a pullback and we lose this area over here, then that will be suggesting a bit of a bearish movement to give us a reset of the lows that we made on the 6th of September around the $56. So that is something else that you need to have in mind and be cautious about. So let's be patient and see how that plays out, and I will be keeping you up to date.